Auzubillahi auzubillahi- auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Daily changes. There are some changes to the habitat which occur daily, and many species have adapted in ways that allow them to cope with these changes. Why most flowers open during the day and close at night? Most plants have flowers that open during the day to allow them to be pollinated by insects. They close at night or when it rains for protection. Many small animals, such as mice and rabbits, come out only at night to avoid predators. However, some predators, such as owls, also come out at night. Many desert animals hide during the day to avoid the heat of the sun but comes out at night to feed when it's cooler, when less water evaporates from their bodies. Seashore change every time the tide comes in and goes out. The animals living on the beaches have to hide in the sand or mud until the tide returns. This is also the time that many wading birds search the mud and sand for these hidden animals. These were the changes that occur on daily basis. These animals have to face changes during the day and during the night. So just in a single day, they have to change their routine. Now, what is a seasonal change? Many plants and animals also have to adapt to yearly change in temperature, sunlight, and availability of food and water. Deciduous trees. Deciduous trees lose their leaves before the winter when there will be little sunlight, less water, and lower temperature for photosynthesis to occur. Flowers die of plants in winter because there are few insects to pollinate them. Many plants die down completely during the winter and remain dormant until the spring. Well, dormant is the sleep of a plant. So mammals eat a lot in the autumn when there is plenty of food about, and then sleep or hibernate in the winter. Hibernation is also known as winter sleep. They sleep in winter as the food supplies are scarce. Few animals and birds store food for the winter. Some insects hibernate while others spend their winter as pupae. These are the few animals that undergo hibernation or winter sleep. Many birds fly away to warmer places in the winter where there is more food. This is called migration, or migration in Urdu is called hijrat. Competition. Competition in animals. Competition is an interaction between organisms or species in which both the organism or species are harmed. A limited supply of at least one resource, such as food, water, and territory, used by both can be a factor. All animals need food, water, and space if they are to survive. All plants need light, water, and space if they are to make their food by photosynthesis and survive. The members of a species have to compete with each other to make sure they each get enough of the thing they need to survive on. They also have to compete with the member of other species who have the same need. If, for example, two species of animals are competing for grass and there is not much grass available, some will starve because less food is available for each one of them. This competition limits the number of each species that can survive in a particular habitat. Succession. A type of change where one species replaces one another, as it's another type of change to habitat occur as a result of competition over a long period of time. If a patch of ground is cleared of all the plants, it does not stay there for long. Soon plants move in. The first are usually the quick growing plants we call wheat. These plants are soon followed by animals that can use the plants for food and shelter. After a time, larger, stronger plants will begin to colonize the area. They may include tall flowering plants or shrubs which gradually cut off the light to the low growing plants because the latter can no longer make their food. They soon die out. Over a long period of time, seedling trees will begin to grow on the area. As these trees grow, they will shade out the light and prevent other plants from growing. This is how if there is a large or long plant there is less chance for smaller plants to grow, because they will they will absorb the sunlight, and due to their height and their body, less sunlight will be given to the smaller plants. This place was burned due to some disturbance, and then small plants starts growing up here, following up by the larger plants. There was a bare rock, lichens grew up, then plants and lichen, grasses and perennials, shrubs starts growing up, and then shade tolerant trees such as oak and hickory. Tonight I hope you understand the daily changes, seasonal changes, succession and competition. In daily changes we learned about 3 examples, which were of a flower opening during the day and closing at night, then the mouse being nocturnal, or the desert animals, which also comes out during the night for protection from the predators and to keep themselves protected from the sun, to keep their water to themselves, and seashore animals who hide in the mud. Then we talked about seasonal changes, that how deciduous tree shed off their leaves during the winter and the flowers die off in winter, and the hibernation and the migration. Then competition is between animals of the same species or sometimes of other species just to get food, water and territory. Or succession, which is the change of species, replacement of one species to another. It might be of a plant or it might be of an